All right, welcome to Stock Exchange. It's the show where I have 15 stocks to interview my opponents. As soon as the final stock is taken, the interview ends. That's it. You don't get to see the end of the question. We are just done. This week, I'm being joined by Nurse. She's a commentator across multiple games, ranging from Alts to Rivals 2, to Marvel Rivals, to assumedly another game with Rivals in the name. Nurse, welcome to the show. How are you doing?
I am very good. Thank you so much for having me. We've been working on this for a hot minute, so I'm glad
we have been trying to get you on the show for quite a long time. I finally remembered to DI out. Do you want to introduce yourself? And after you introduce yourself, I want to hear, how did you get into doing commentary?
Okay, so for those of you that don't know me, my name is Nurse. I started out as a Smash 4 player, but I've been doing flat fight commentary for Smash 4, Ultimate, and subsequently Rivals for the past, I think it's been 8 years. And I've been playing for even more than that. And that's kind of the long short of it. In terms of how I got into commentary, it's kind of a funny story. Being from Alberta, we didn't have the biggest scene of all time for a pretty decent amount of time. And
no way, Alberta
we especially
doesn't
didn't really
have a giant Smash scene?
Yeah, I know, it's crazy.
Crazy.
And we didn't really have like a very consistent stream setup either, so it's not like there were a ton of commentary opportunities. And so what ended up happening was we are like right beside Vancouver, so the big tournament that kind of comes out of that every year is Battle of BC. Mm-hmm. And at Battle of BC 2, that was before it had become kind of like a household name. Was still like a BC regional at this point.
I knew you. Yeah, I was at 4.
Yeah.
We just didn't know each other then.
It's super true. And so they were just looking for commentators at that event.
I would like to stop sweet spotting that. It'd be really nice if I could just get an easy kill every once in a while.
And
it's
I had
hard to
fallen
interview
out of
people and play
bracket
at the same time.
I had fallen out of bracket at that point, and I was like, I'll do it. Why the hell not?
Back when you could just hop on commentary during a major without being scheduled.
Definitely. It was a different time for sure. And that was back in Smash 4. And it went really well. People were like, you kind of have a knack for this. Your commentary was really good, and if it's something you're interested in doing in the future, like, we'd love to have you. And so kind of from that point onward, we started getting a more kind of like consistent stream setup going in Alberta. Mm-hmm. And trying to get more kind of like time for me to do stuff and trying to get more practice and everything like that. And as you know, I go back to Battle of BC every year, and that is the one event I will be at every year guaranteed. And so then at Battle of BC, it was either 4 or 5. I believe it was 4. Was the first time that Battle of BC had really been considered a major event. Mm-hmm. And because I had been doing it for so long for them, they very graciously let me do the top 8 of that tournament with Rod.
Oh, sick.
And it became... There were so many iconic sets as a part of that tournament, and so many iconic moments that the clips got a lot of eyes on them. And so, as a result of that, that was kind of like my break into commentary outside of the niche that I had been in before that. And so people saw those clips, people saw me, and from there I started getting more and more opportunities that kind of extended past just the little Canadian events that I had been doing beforehand.
Mm-hmm. All right. You've been a high-level player in multiple games as well. What do you think is your peak in gameplay? And how do you feel like you balance commentary and competition?
My peak in gameplay in a Plat Fighter specifically, or in a game as a whole?
I guess in general, but a Plat Fighter specifically was what I was thinking.
Yeah, we can go Plat Fighter specifically. My peak in gameplay is without a doubt HDR.
Okay, that's fine.
At one point...
this is a mod-friendly channel. I do PM stuff.
Yeah. At one point, I was contesting, the top 10 players in the world in HDR, and coming out
I didn't
on
know it
top.
got up to 10. That's crazy. Okay.
Yeah, it's
I
me
will
and,
say,
me and 10 others.
I may have moved this question up in the lists, dude, so that people aren't like, wow, Wisely's getting cooked right now. What's going on? It was going to be later. I'm like, I think I might need that one to be sooner.
So yeah, I was very, very good at HDR, and one of the reasons was, in games like these, I often have a little bit of trouble, like, picking a character and kind of finding a character that connects with me, and I was very lucky to connect with Lucina very early on in HDR, and also, again, have a hand in some, like, balance decisions that went to her way and stuff like that, and so...
Oh, you were good at the
that was
game
one
where
of
you balanced the character yourself?
I'm
just joking.
I balanced her well. But that was one of the few times I found a character in a game very early that kind of like resonated with me.
Oh, if anybody in chat is not aware, HDR is a mod for alt that it's basically like Project M for alt. Is the very simple way to describe it.
Yeah. And so as a result of that, I was able to put a lot of time into the character and put a lot of time into the game that ended up with me being quite strong at it, especially compared to other games. I was quite a bit better at HDR than I am at Rivals 2.
Sure. I mean, you have to be top 10 in the world in this game as well. All right. How do you balance competition and commentary?
Oh, yeah, the second half of that question. I think in recent years, commentary has definitely taken a priority on that front. I think with any tournament I've entered, if anyone's been paying attention, I've DQ'd from the last 3 tournaments I've entered. All at 25th, because that top 32 seems to be where I'm getting slots at this point, and so... I think commentary is really...
Panic rolling.
Come out on top is important for me, and so I've been prioritizing it in that way.
Sure.
Oh, jeez. But before, I think the challenge was trying to figure out, like, what events I am doing for which reason,
God.
if that makes sense. If that makes sense, and, like, am I here as a competitor, and am I wanting to compete? Or am I here for commentary, and am I trying to prioritize that? And lately it's definitely been on the commentary side of things. But I like to keep up with the game from like a competitive perspective, because I feel like my style of commentary relies on having that background to a degree and being able to speak on stuff like that. And so I want to keep up, and I want to continue playing the game at least at a semi-high level, so that I feel like I am doing my due diligence in making sure that my commentary stays where I want it to be.
For anybody who doesn't know, this show is filmed live on stream, so if you like it, give me a follow so that you don't miss the next one. Nurse, why weren't you following until yesterday?
That's crazy. I told you. I thought you only streamed on YouTube, and so then I was subscribed on YouTube, and then I saw Subathon, and I'm like, oh, he must be on Twitch. And I came in subbed as soon as I knew.
I'll buy it. That seems like a reasonable way to make that work. I have a similar question from chat. Chat helped me come up with some of the questions ahead of time. They want to know why your tier lists are so bad.
But they're not. The question presumes that they're bad.
They didn't give an option for why are your tier lists so controversial. They immediately went with the word bad.
All right, well, gold opinion from that chatter.
It was multiple people.
Okay, gold opinion from those chatters. I think, and this is a genuine opinion, it's gonna sound like I'm doing a bit, and I promise I'm not, but I think my tier lists are oftentimes a little bit ahead of the curve in terms of like where popular opinion is at.
Oh, they're just too smart. Okay. I'm saying that sarcastically, but I truly do understand what you mean as a content creator. There are times where I've been like, dude, I called that happening a month ago. What are we doing? Ooh,
I think, and again, this is gonna sound like cope in a bit, but it is half genuine. People like making fun of me, which I get it, right? Like I was
gonna have a follow-up question of like, how do you feel about the fact that your tier list and opinions have started getting this kind of reaction semi-consistently?
It is.
Do you appreciate it, or you're like, man, I'm not trying to rage bait, I swear.
I think, like, the nurse character, like, the nurse that you see on stream and all of that stuff, anyone who's met me in person and is, like, a closer friend of mine knows,
nice.
That's not exactly what I'm like. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's not my, that's not my day-to-day personality, thank God. And so I think it's fun to have somebody to, like, make fun of to a degree, and it's fun to have somebody who you can, like, razz a little bit, and somebody who gets to be the villain, right? And so within the Smash scene, I did that for a really long time. Again, anyone who's been around for a while knows. And so having that, like, reputation and where people like to make fun of you, and there's, like, some degree of, like, lighthearted antagonization, I'm very used to it, right? Like, something that's been happening for a long time, and I think to a degree it's by design, right? And again, this is not to toot my own horn.
Yeah.
But it is to be genuine, where if you look at the amount of people who interact with me on Twitter, the amount of people who interact with me on Twitch, the amount of people who interact with my commentary or playing or anything like that, people interact with the character,
the chair
right?
just blocked that seed.
And people, like, again, interact with having opinions that are crazy or out there and that they feel like they can make fun of and all that stuff, right? And so, I think to a degree it's good for the community to have someone like that. And I think it's good for interaction, and I think, again, I think it makes me more hireable, if that makes sense.
DI'd in on every hit until the final one. Yep. All right.
Where, if you are, like, hiring me for an event or something else, you know that that interaction is, like, baked in to a degree. Does that make sense?
Wait, did you just say if you're hiring you for events, they should know they're getting rage baited?
No, I said they know that the interaction from, like, the community is, like, built in. In terms of, like, why are my tier lists bad, I think, I think I'm often ahead of the curve a little bit, right? Like, I was saying Fleet was crazy good, like, way before anyone else was saying that. And I was saying Craig was top 1 when people were telling me he was bad. So, like, I also don't get credit for the wins, so it gets easier to, like, hop on it in that regard.
All right. You've recently been streaming more lately. You're a host of Caster. You're one of the hosts of Caster Curse, which I know is on hiatus for a little bit. Do you have any other plans in content creation, or do you have any, like, dreams for content creation?
Oh, content creation is a difficult thing for me because I, as much as it might seem contrary, I don't really like being the main character of my own content.
I don't know how I died there. All right. You want to have, like, other people on.
Yeah, I like having other people around. I like interacting with other people. I like riffing with other people. And I'm really bad at scripted content.
Sure.
And so, in that regard, I think my content creation dreams, I think, would be just to, like, expand upon what I'm currently doing. And collaborate with more people in, like, new and fun ways. I think that's where I shine as someone in content creation. But I also recognize that, like, I have a full-time job, and, like, I have bills to pay and other things to do, and a lot of debt, because I got a master's degree, and so, there is a limit to how much I can...
I have questions about your career lined up, and I don't know if we're gonna get to any of them. Swap one Marvel Rivals character into Rivals 2, and one Rivals 2 character into Marvel Rivals. Who is it and why? I know you play both games.
Yeah, that is true. I'm trying to think of who I like in Marvel Rivals.
That you would want to be in Rivals 2. Doesn't need to be someone you like. It could just be a good fit. And who do you want? Who do you want to swap in games?
I want Lorena in Marvel Rivals.
Okay.
Just because that's sick. In terms of the other way around, I think I think Venom would be a very cool character to have in
Venom in Rivals 2?
Yeah, I think thematically it would make a little sense, you know what I mean?
Wait, you think it would make sense thematically?
Yeah, you know, he's like a weird guy. There's a lot of weird guys in this game.
That's that is your takeaway from the character design of this game, is there's some weird guys in it.
Yeah, and I think there's a lot of cool stuff that you could do with Venom, so I'm on board in that regard.
Okay. If you could make one change to Rivals 2, what